Hello, welcome back to Southampton. We're on the bus.
We are indeed. We are on the bus ahead of England's huge game this evening. Northern Ireland in the final group game for them. Northern Ireland out of the tournament. England going through to the quarters. But it is time to take a look at some of the headlines in today's papers.
Yeah, let's start with the Telegraph. Daily Telegraph has got this story about Cristiano Ronaldo. So this is one of many papers saying that Chelsea have now ended their interest in him. So they're claiming that the Chelsea co-owner and chairman, Todd Boehly, had been briefly intrigued by bringing Ronaldo, but then he's backed away after talks with Thomas Tuchel because Tuchel wants to focus on the team rather than an individual. You're nodding. Is this the right thing?
Yeah, because obviously the owner would have thought it's a brilliant signing because he's thinking about other stuff. But Tuchel's thinking about
stuff?
his team, like the merchandise stuff, commercial stuff, shirts, Cristiano's brand and stuff like that. Like, obviously, he's a big name. He's one of the best players in the world alongside Lionel Messi. So, but I can understand Thomas Tuchel saying, well, we've just signed Raheem Sterling. We're a bit different. We want the pacing behind. And he did score goals, Ronaldo. He had a good season at Man United. Maybe it just don't suit his style of play, how he wants to play, Thomas Tuchel. So he's the manager at the end of the day. He picks it. No matter if I know it's the owner and they make the decisions, but that's why you have a good owner and a good manager together. And I think, yeah, I'm not saying it's the right decision because Ronaldo's still got a lot to offer, but Tuchel makes it.
What are you saying, Clinton?
Well, basically, what I'm saying is Tuchel makes the decisions, and if he thinks Ronaldo's not right for Chelsea, you'll have to agree with him.
And Karen, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm in favor of focusing on the team. I think that's ultimately the most important thing. I mean, we've seen in the past, even the likes of, I know, Real Madrid way back when it was the Galacticos, they had amazing, talented players, but they just really struggled to kind of come together as an effective team. And I think you've seen glimpses of that at Man United as well. And so, to me, the most important thing is like the group cohesiveness and how the players complement each other in that group. So I think it's a wise decision.
It's a bit like us, really, because Clinton wants to be the star, but he can't do it without the rest of the team, and we work better as a team.
Yeah, we do. I am the star, but we do work. So you lot create the chances, and I put the chances away.
Just like your career, yeah?
Yeah. We're also here to massage the ego, right?
Cheers.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on then before his head can't get out of the bus. Right, on to Manchester United and possible incomings for our next story. The Athletic report that Barcelona have told Frankie de Jong to move to Old Trafford to get him off their wage bill. Doesn't sound too good for Manchester United, that does it? If Barcelona are trying to convince a player to leave
That's awkward, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I've never been in a situation like that. I think I jumped before I was pushed, so I didn't have that problem. But yeah, that's not great for either party, I don't think. I mean, if you put yourself in Man United's shoes, you're kind of like, why are they trying to get him out so quickly? And why us? Like, what's the big deal there? So, yeah, it's interesting.
So, Karen, you've never been told to leave a club. Clinton, have you?
Smooth, Kyle.
Many a times. Having disagreements with managers, your time's finished there. And so it's happened. But no, I think it would be a good signing for Man United. I think they need a player like that. Obviously, we know about Barcelona's financial problems that they have. So maybe they want to get him off the wage bill, raise a bit of money, because obviously there's talks they're bringing in Rafinha, so they need money if they're going to bring in all these players. So I think it's a good move for him and for Man United because he's an outstanding player.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's come on to the Independent then. They're claiming that Juventus have contacted Arsenal about signing defender Gabriel. This is to replace Matthias de Ligt, who's expected to join Bayern Munich. Do you think... No.
Why Arsenal? Why would you let Gabriel go, Arsenal? Who are you going to bring? Who are you going to bring? You've only then got Ben White and Rob Holding. Gabriel had a good season last season. He's still young. He's only going to get better. You just bought Jesus. Jesus would be happy with Gabriel being in and around the squad. I did hear about this last season that Juventus were looking at Gabriel, but I think he's a good defender and he's only going to improve. So, yeah, you have to watch his space with that one but I think Arsenal should keep him.
Right.
Karen, I was just going to say, how important is it for these teams to have strength in depth? You can't let all of those players go.
Yeah.
You've got to make sure that you, especially for the Premier League, for the FA Cup, for the League Cup as well, you want to be competing on all fronts.
Yeah, I mean, to touch on Clinton's point, I mean, Arsenal's not had the best history with transfers, have they? I mean, they've let players like, Martinez go, and I think, is it Bert Leno could potentially be on his way somewhere on loan as well. So from a goalkeeping and defensive standpoint, yeah, there are some question marks. But in terms of focusing on a more cohesive group and the strength and depth of the squad, I think is the way it's going to go, in future, because there's so many fixtures, and what you've seen off the back of the Premier League is the Champions League and then the Nations League, and then we're starting to see people pick up these injuries, and then with the World Cup in December, you're like, how are players going to cope with that? So I think it's really going to test not only the squad size, but how it's actually being managed as well. So I certainly think it's important to make sure that you have that cover.
Well, speaking of managing the squad, this next story in the Daily Mail, this is Tottenham's fitness coach is basically making the players absolutely graft in South Korea. His trademark drill is 42 lengths of the pitch, very fast. Now, this got us thinking, what is your worst pre-season memory?
I don't like running, so I don't mind the short stuff, the sprints and that, because that's natural to my position. But I remember when Crystal Palace, we did the park, like running the hills and stuff, and Fulham were obviously doing it on the same day because the park was big. It was in Richmond Park, so we were doing it. All of a sudden, I just said to some of the players, "Nah, I feel sick." And I've just been sick, and all the other Fulham players are running past, so it's not good. But I was struggling. We did loads of hills, then we run, and I just don't like running, and that's my story.
For a footballer, that's interesting that you don't like running.
No, but what I mean is I don't like the long distance running. I like the short stuff. As a striker, I'm only running about 10 or 15 minutes.
You just want it on a plane. As
I said earlier, you want it on a plane.
Old-fashioned number 9.
Yeah, old-fashioned number 9.
Give me the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Karen? Have you got any?
I was just going to ask Clinton, like, on those long runs, was there any opportunities for you to just pop in somewhere for
you could hide,
for
you
a
could
brew
hide,
and then catch up with the team when they were going around?
At times that has been said to do that, but you have all people like some of the coaching staff at different points. So if you wanted to pull over,
they're savvy.
They'll be like, "No, keep on going. You got to finish it now." You ask anyone, but times have changed now because the players look after themselves.
Well,
they
apparently
have
not.
They have their own fitness program, and they all come back reasonably fit. We were like holidaying and coming back a day before and just going back into preseason to get fit. So
the worst fitness testing and anything I've had to do was back in my uni days, actually, like in the States. That the one thing that you could definitely control was how fit you are. So we used to just get absolutely battered in preseason, and our preseason was like peak summer as well. So I remember having to do just tons of different lengths and widths of pitches as fast as you can for as many times as you can. And this is like 40-degree heat in Southern California, and it was hard. It was a big shock.
These two like to laugh at us. So we should do a bleep test.
My word, yes.
I'd pay money to see you doing a bleep test.
But to be fair, he does a lot of gym stuff now, so he'll be fit.
Sorry, bleep test. Hannah, back to you in the studio.